Whoa. Whoa. These numbers, by the way, are from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. So these are very real numbers. 1.2 million U.S. born workers lost their jobs last month, replaced by 688,000 foreign born staff as Joe Biden allows migrants to flood across the border. Data from U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics show that between July and August, there was a staggering decrease of 1.2 million native-born people in the workforce, which is a low that has not been seen since April 2020, obviously when everyone was laid off due to, you know, the thing. And this just came out. Figures buried in the data published on September 1st laid bare how many U.S. citizens are losing their livelihoods and emphasized the effects of Trump and Biden's respective border policies have had on... It's covered. You get it. This is very important, and you need to share this information because what's happening in New York, what's happening in Massachusetts, probably New Jersey, probably Los Angeles next, Chicago, all of these places where they're getting an influx of migrants, they're not calling on Joe Biden to close the border. What they're calling on is to expedite work authorization. So the governor activates Massachusetts National Guard to help with migrant crisis. You can pause to read all of this, go to that website if you want, but essentially Massachusetts is facing a huge crisis right now. They have about 20,000 families. It says the governor of Massachusetts, remember earlier she was trying to get people to take migrants into their homes, but she met with Alejandro Mayorkas to not discuss closing down the border, to discuss expedited work authorizations to allow newcomers to work. And again, they're doing the same thing in New York. The Mayor Eric Adams is calling on expedited work authorizations. They're doing this in Chicago. They're calling on expedited work authorizations. And I'm pretty sure they're going to start to do this in Los Angeles. My stepdad works in like truck driving, construction, like all of those things. And he's already talked about, and this is in Virginia, a lot of American workers losing their jobs to foreign workers. Also, and by the way, I'm not saying it's anyone's fault. This is a higher up issue. This isn't you take what you can get, right? So I've already heard stories of in NYC, you know, a lot of people, especially like during these times, a lot of people will take a second job or have income doing food delivery apps, right? So DoorDash, is Grubhub still a thing? Uber Eats, stuff like that. And a lot of these workers in New York City, they're saying, you know, our income is down a third of what it used to be because now a lot of these places, they don't check your immigration status, so you can just start to work for them. And they're being pushed out of their jobs because now there's an influx of migrants coming in the cities, and they're using these mopeds and electric bikes to do food delivery apps. So now you have U.S. workers who are making a third of what they used to make. So if you're living especially in these areas that are absorbing a lot of migrants, I would encourage you to call your reps and talk about this issue, share this issue, because this is pretty sad.